time we have an earthquake, it's this white lady who comes on TV. She has those little glasses on, and she's from Caltech in Pasadena, and she explains, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the Richter scale and the depth and all that. As kids, we knew we would never be downtown because of that little white lady. After every earthquake, she come on and say, "Well, it was a 2.4, and it was located over here, and this don't be downtown because that's where the strongest shaking will be. It's a bowl." So the culture of Los Angelinos is we avoid downtown.
Yeah.
But when they started to bring in these Chinese investments and all these people, they recontextualized LA to be a downtown. We never really had a downtown. And it started with what's that? Staples.
Mm.
When the Lakers left Inglewood and went,
Yeah.
they
That makes
pushed
sense.
all the bums south of Broadway. Like, hey, niggas get the fuck out of here. Because nobody really was downtown.
Damn.
So we don't really have a downtown culture until the last 10, 15, maybe 20
No,
years.
probably about, yeah, because the Lakers got there.
Yeah, 2000 something.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Yeah, so we didn't really have a downtown culture. That's crazy, and now we do.
Yeah, you're right, because they really built it up over.
It's crazy. I go down there, I be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is weird. I be nervous because that lady with the glasses, remember, don't be down here.
But that was before me. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what
I just know of it because of what you're telling me right now.
She called it the Jelly Bowl. She said that's where the most shaking will occur is in the Jelly Bowl. That's
Fuck that.
Okay, so even though ATL was freezing, what is your look on that? How do you feel about ATL?
I don't fuck with ATL.
You don't?
ATL pre Olympics in '96
Okay.
was ridiculous.
That's back in Freaknik days.
I was there.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, what in the entire world of loveliness is going on?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I couldn't wait to get to Freaknik, bro.
Yeah, it's weird now.
When they killed that shit off, they killed it right before we became adults enough to, old enough to go out there.
Wow.
I knew y'all was gonna say something like that.
Oh!
I'm a young nigga in the room.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't even know how you want to explain that one.
Never
It was
mind.
was it for a whole week?
Man, it was.
Yeah, it was 1 week of picnics, parties, streets was flooded with just black ass titties and
I was there in 91, 92, 93, 94. I missed 95 and 96.
you was the guy. Yeah, you was there.
I was there.
See, I used to always see it and dream about being there. You know who Luther Campbell is? 2 Live Crew, Luke. It's your birthday. God damn.
See? he young, man. It's cool. But that's what I said, man. Like, oh my God, Atlanta back in the day before. So now Atlanta thinks it's Hollywood.
It does. And you know what? They are. You gotta give them respect.
No.
They got their production going.
I really thought it was a dope place to be when I was there. And
For black people, I love the black unity out there. I love the black
I mean,
unity
it's
out
cool in the sense of, all right, take the scraps from Hollywood and it's fine because you weren't going to get to work here anyway.
there. Right.
So it's amazing that you're doing what you're doing, but don't be the same way.
I don't think they can have it in them to be the same way.
Oh no, they assholes now.
Yeah.
To the point where we're better than Hollywood. We're Hollywood. It's like,
they're arrogant with it.
Oh man.
I know a lot of people from Atlanta. Like, I just be like, settle down. Like,
I mean, listen, I respect the work that they put in Atlanta to get it to where it's at today, and I love the unity that they have.
yeah.
I've never experienced black unity until I went to Atlanta.
When was the last time you was in Atlanta?
I went out there. I mean, I'm out there like at least once a year now, and I'm not in the culture no more. I'm not out there in the streets like I used to.
Atlanta's wild. Like, yeah, Atlanta's
But even just
Place.
in the everyday thing, you know, just going to the stores and mall, whatever, like
all the black folk.
they speaking to you, you know what I'm saying? You
Yes.
drive down the street, they actually waving. Over here, it's like you wave. They looking for what your hand, what your hand is doing. You can't wave out here, bro.
Right.
You know.
Crazy.
I think it's that part I like. I enjoy that part,
Yeah.
and I don't know of many areas that it's
Just
like
because
that.
it's black don't mean it's healthy. That's what I've learned.
Uh,
Cause I be sliding through, I be like,
Bro, we're in LA. Of course we know that.
yeah, like
Every place is black. Most places that's black isn't healthy.
that's what I'm
Here.
saying, man. Like in Atlanta, the South in general feels good, but it be some toxic motherfuckers out there. You know how the Ray movie when Jamie is playing Ray and he goes, "Oh, I'm country dumb." Like they get you with that Southern hospitality and kindness, but they be on some fuck shit. That's been my experience. You know,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot.
let me see what we got here. What do you say, Zoe? The show is live broadcasting. Let's see. We might be on the air. Who knows? Let me see.
Are you serious?
It's like
Right.
my fan is reaching out. Friend. Well, he's not a fan. That dude.
You know you on live is what he said.
He said, "We hear y'all."
Bro.
Okay, you got live mics.
Yo, we in here talking crazy too. Well, not really. We're actually good. We might as well say hi to people then. He said in YouTube. Oh, they in there too. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, I got it.
Mike's is hot up in here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, your brother Zoe Williams is back in the building with my homeboy. Yeah, Andre Spicer4Mayor. Yeah, bruh is running. Come on. Compton's in the house without a doubt. Listen, when is this supposed to happen? When are we supposed to vote? Where are we supposed to go? What do we need to know about what you're doing? Put us on game, Drake.
First off, thank you again for letting me come through here.
Man, thank you for your patience, brother. Thank you.
And joining the podcast. I appreciate the invite.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. The election has officially kicked off.
Yeah.
We started the campaign. We had a campaign kickoff. We had a fundraiser. The primary election is June 2nd. So my whole thing has been getting the community prepared for what we have coming in June, and just kind of give you a little background on Compton and the numbers, because that's I like to talk numbers when we talk about Compton. And
Let's get it.
A little under 100,000 residents there with about 54,000 registered voters.
Mhm.
The average voter is 66, but the average age is 34. So my thing was like, yo, in order to get everybody engaged, we got to get the word out early. We got to start making sure people know what we've done, what we've accomplished, the importance of me being in office and staying in office. And we got to start having those conversations now. And really, just acknowledging, again, the things that we've accomplished in Compton to get to this point. So June 2nd is the day. So up until that point, bro, we'll be campaigning, talking about our accomplishments, our goals, mapping out the, kind of like explaining the vision, making it very clear to everybody. And so I guess that's some of the things that we'll talk about in this podcast. But yeah, man, June 2nd.
And what's crazy is, man, we were having conversations off air, man, and this brother's got to have some broad shoulders to carry the expectations of what he's trying to carry out.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping that everybody comes out, especially in the Compton area. You should vote for this brother, I believe.
I appreciate it.
Because sometimes old folk, old guard, old thought process want to hold on to a certain way of doing things, and it might keep us kind of stuck in the mud. We get the same that we put it, garbage in, garbage out. And I think a new, fresh set of eyes, a fresh approach, I think that's important if you want to move forward.
Right.
So I'm hoping everybody comes out and supports the brother. And we're also doing a fundraiser, right?
Yes. We have a fundraiser. As you know, when we're doing during elections, it's campaign season. You got to raise funds. You got to have funds to run a campaign.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't even know what the funds are for, especially in our demographic. We don't really talk about fundraisers and the importance of them and what's happening. When you're running a campaign is basically marketing and promotion.
Right.
And it's making sure that your flyers are out there, your posters, your yard signs, your mailers are out there. You gotta pay for people to go door knocking and campaigning.
Right.
And so we're not talking about that enough.
Right.
And so I've been doing these fundraisers to kind of bring our community together, make it a little more inclusive with the community.
And besides, you need a little piece of change, man, to push this thing.
You gotta have that, man.
So tell us, why did the sisters, because it was sisters who named this.
Yeah.
Why did the sisters name this the Love Gala?
The Love Gala was coined by my campaign fundraiser coordinator, and she does all the events and much more. But that's Shambria. She organized this. It's called the Love Gala. I just kind of told her about my vision, the things that I want to accomplish, and how I felt about my community. And so she took what I thought and how I felt, and she made a gala out of it. And so it gives us a chance to dress up, put on some nice clothes, maybe a tuxedo if that's your thing. And it's a black tie affair.
No, I'm going to be clean. Don't even,
you're the host, so you got to be clean.
I'm going to be clean. Don't worry, dog.
Yeah, but we celebrating love, leadership, and legacy.
And this is February 28th.
February 28th. We're doing it downtown LA. Tickets are on sale now. You can get the ticket on AndreSpicer4Mayor.com. Tickets are $150 right now. It includes the food, it includes seating, everything, includes everything.
And will you speak at this event?
I will be speaking at this event. There'll be a live band and DJ. We'll have awards given out. We're going to honor a couple people with the Economic Empowerment Award, the Community Uplift Award, and the Youth Legacy Award. So even in my campaign fundraisers, I still want to honor and uplift our community and the people that's been doing the work in our community. So
I love it.
acknowledge them as well.
Now, how do people just donate to your general campaign?
And you go to the Spicer4Mayor.com, and you definitely can click on the link, the donation link. We're taking all donations, small to large, man. I sent out a mass text the other day and asking everybody for $25. Bro, anything I can get is needed. We have a goal to raise.
And for people who are confused about the political process, what is the money used for? Why do politicians raise money? And then once they get that money, how do they allocate that money to various functions within their campaign?
So campaigning is definitely about marketing and it's promotion. I think the biggest cost is mailers, sending out mail. I got to send out mail. Let's just say I send out mail to 5,000 homes. That could cost me about, $9,000, $10,000.
Wow.
And I need to do that, at least 3 times. So we're talking just 30,000 off just mail alone.
Just off the mail alone.
Just off mail alone. And then you're talking about, the yard signs. I'm paying $12 a yard sign. So you got to put that in about 400 yards. So, and then we talking posters to have it all over the city. Those are hitting for about $30, between $20 and $30 a poster. The big yard, the big posters, so you got to get about 50 of those and put them throughout the city. So all of this stuff costs because it's marketing and promotion. Not to mention, maybe a radio ad here and there, or just might be a TV ad. It's so many different ways to get your message out, and you got to be creative. It could be an Instagram ad, Facebook ads. All that is costing.
Right.
So those are you got to do that to get the message out, especially to people that your voters. Most of your voters are, for me, most of our voters are senior citizens. Like I said.
But you got to get the youngsters to get in there.
I got to get them both.
How though?
I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked that, man. I didn't believe in politics when I was, before I got into this. And the reason why is because I never seen how it benefit me directly. And so when I got in office, it was huge for me to cater to those people that feel ignored by the system. Although they don't vote, although they don't engage, although they don't donate, they're a huge part of the community. So that's why I've had the expungement clinics. That's why we help over 600 people get expunged their misdemeanors and felonies. These are why we helped over 150 people get housed, or 200 and some odd people get employed. This lets you know you have somebody in office that's working to your benefit. And I think that's what my generation has been missing for all these years. Like, it felt like the elected officials didn't care. And to be honest with you, they didn't. And the reason why they didn't or don't is because you don't engage with them. Most people.
So you're saying if you don't engage in the political process, you're not giving them any incentive to give a damn about you or be even concerned about whatever your issues are.
Exactly. Your voice is null and void. So that's why it was important, though, for me to get in there and say, all right, even though you feel like it's null and void and most people have treated you like your voice is null and void, let me start catering to that, your people, those people that need the help. We've given out over 200 gallons of gas. We've fed over 15,000 families. We've, shut down illegal dispensaries. We've helped with the street takeovers. We're addressing human trafficking. So all of these different things we're addressing. So now you see it, though. Like, on my social media, you see it. You see it in the actions. You see that the parks are completely remodeled. We got new play apparatuses. We have new everything at the parks. Look brand new now.
Right.
People are having family picnics again at the
Hey,
park.
man, let me tell you something, man. I got my start as an artist, and of course I was raised in Pasadena, but there was a brother by the name of Rory.
I know that name.
Rory, I think Kaufman.
I know that name.
Rory was at K-Day.
Okay.
And he used to take us down to Kelly Park in Compton. And we would have like these, he would set it up for us to like develop our talent. Like he would develop our talent and then put us in talent shows out of Kelly Park in Compton.
Yeah.
When I was with my group at that time, I was with Compton's Most Wanted.
Shout out to
We
Compton.
were all at Kelly Park.
Shout out to my boy Chill, man.
I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah.
man. Compton has a long lineage and history of cultivating talent and using those parks for that very reason. Like I said, Kelly Park, I got a space in my heart for Kelly Park for sure.
Yeah,
because
man.
we cultivated our talent there, and there was a lot of groups there. Homeboy Casper, who is from Compton, he later gets a record deal with Capitol, produced by Pasadena producer James Broadway. Like, and we was all at Kelly Park with Rory Kaufman, man, and K-Day.
Compton has cultivated so much talent. We got
come on, man.
The talent pool is insane, and it's not just music. It's not just sports.
Yeah.
It's acting. It's
a lot.
It's comedy. It's producing. Like I have a vision of having the Compton Walk of Fame because I want to honor so many people that come from Compton.
Yeah.
People that you don't even recognize, whether it be the Ava DuVernays or the Kevin Costners or even George Bush had a nice little stint in Compton.
Wait, hold on, Pimp. George Bush.
Yeah. We got a president or two. You feel me?
Come on, what was Bush doing in Compton?
Man, they stayed in Compton for about 3 or 4 years, man.
Really?
Even Pete Rozelle, which is the guy that invented the Super Bowl.
And that's the NFL.
That's NFL
commissioner, Pete Rozelle.
Hanna-Barbera is from Compton,
Boy, knock it off.
Come on,
Thunder
bro.
the Barbarian and Flintstones,
all of that.
Come on.
Has a home in Compton, family.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that G.D. Compton was the one that donated the land to USC so that USC could be in existence. That came from Compton, family. We got history.
Come on.
We got lineage, bro. And a lot of people don't know it when we want to talk about it.
So listen, man, just tell people. I just want people to be able to follow you. Do they follow you on your webpage, your Instagram? Like, how do people get to interact with you and really rally around your cause?
I do my most interaction on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram. I do most of my, and that's me interacting.
Do you do town hall meetings?
We're doing a town hall meeting. I'm glad you asked about that, bro. Obviously, this ICE situation has been a big issue.
Right.
And it, be clear, it's an issue for all of us.
Yeah.
It's not just a Latino thing.
Right.
Because they're doing it to Haitians. They're doing it to Jamaicans. They're doing it to people in the Middle East. They're doing it to different, the Dominicans. They're doing it to a little bit of everybody.
Right.
It just depends on where you're at. In Compton, it's the Latinos. In Florida, it's the Dominicans. In New York, it's the Haitians. You got different people in different places. But in any event, I wanted to give our community a chance to even just express how they feel, express their concerns, what they're dealing with, so that we could address it, bring the resources, and as a community strategize how we address it.
Love it.
I know a lot of people I've gotten a lot of people hitting me up, say, hey man, you guys need to do this, you need to do that. And it's understanding what it is that we can and can't do.
Right.
Understanding the laws, their rights.
Yeah.
And just how we should manage in that space.
I don't want to say this because I don't want to ruin your chances for being mayor, because I really want to see you as the mayor. But you feel like that people might be scared. Old people, you understand what I'm saying? You're the young guy that's coming in, and they might be like, he gonna change everything, and maybe things need to change. Maybe
change is scary for a lot of people.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
Change is scary for a lot of people, and I think because people feel like they will be left out of what that change is. And so it's really having a conversation.
How do you reassure them? How do you pull them back in?
Understanding their wants and their needs. What's their desires? What's your fear? So if you're a senior, you want to know that you're still being protected. You want to know that you still have a place to call home. You want to know that you still have resources, that the city is still going to look out for you.
So you're not just going to facilitate to a particular age demographic. You're going to facilitate to all
demographics.
right.
That's the only way you can change the
demographics.
community.
Yeah,
That's the only way you change the community. And if you want to talk about public safety, you have to address the youth.
you have to,
You have to.
right?
You know,
and you have to speak to their level.
got to speak their language.
Yeah.
And the public safety conversation is a touchy subject because everybody has a different perception of what public safety is.
Right.
And different goals and what public safety is for them. You know, for some demographics, it's heavy policing.
Right.
For others, it's like, all right, well, if you give me the resources that I need,
Right.
then I don't have to take the chances or the risks that I used to take.
Right.
And that is the biggest change for me because now you done got somebody employed. Now they're paying co-pays because they got benefits. And now their perception of life changes because the
Right.
opportunities have changed. Now that
Right.
person isn't doing, robbing, stealing, angry just because life is beating them up. Like,
Right.
they have different opportunities now.
Right.
And so that's been my approach to public safety.
I want this young man to be mayor. I want everybody out there listening to me, go to his website. Do we have his website? We have it up, right?
Andre
That's
Spicer for Mayor.
Spicer4Mayor.com. We are also doing a fundraiser on February 28th.
Yes.
I will be hosting the Love Gala.
Yes.
Yeah, the
You re-
Love Gala.
you ready
I
for
will
this,
be
man?
hosting it. Yeah. We want people to come out and support this brother. I think he has a good grasp on like this delicate balance that every community is.
Mhm.
You have older folk, you got younger folk, you got progressive folk, you got folk across the board, right? You got
Right.
conservative folk. And I think Andre has a great command of the understanding of that landscape. And I hope that, the people turn out in droves and support you, brother.
Man, listen. Let me tell you that how important that part is.
Yeah.
I want to touch on that because people look at it from the outside in, and it looks big. It looks like we got it in the bag. It
Right.
looks like it's done.
Trust
right?
me. Yeah.
I've been here before.
Yeah.
And, if you know a little bit about my story, I know I ran for office back in 2021, and I was told I lost by one single vote. And so you couldn't imagine how many brothers came to me after the news came out and said, "Bro, I just knew you had it. I would have voted, but I just knew you had it. So I didn't. And I've heard that from at least 4 different friends. And I almost caught 4 different assault cases because of it. I'm pissed off that I've
Right.
spent my thousands and my time and my effort to try to get you to vote, and you say, "Oh man, I thought you had it in the bag." So I say all that to say it's important to actually show up. You can't just say, "Hey, yeah, I know Dre got it," or "Yeah, I know it looks good," or it's in the bag. No, you actually have to come out
Yeah.
and vote for me because that's the only way it actually happens.
Man.
Don't put me in a position where I got to prove voter fraud again.
Hey man, I appreciate this brother. I'm co-signing everything he's on. He is a solid individual, and he's also friends with one of my friends.
Man, locked in.
Talk to me,
Yeah,
man. That
locked in
brother's
with-
out there doing Riza Islam, man.
Man, that's my dog, man.
Yeah.
Respectfully, man. I have been on his supplements lately. My energy's been up.
You
know what I'm
understand?
saying?
It worked. I done killed my 2 bottles. I'm
Bro,
done. I got to get
clarity
some more.
is there. It is time for me to re-up. It is-
Intellectual power.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's time for me to re-up now.
Y'all got to go to intellectualpower.net and support the good brother Riza Islam
Straight out
and
of
his
Compton.
brand. Hey,
Yeah.
it worked. He out there growing it
Man,
himself.
Look, we deal with so many illnesses in our community.
Come on, man.
Cancer, gout, diabetes, high blood pressure,
Hypertension.
hypertension,
All of it.
And to have somebody that's from your community that understands that's looking for natural remedies,
Yeah.
like, is invaluable.
Yeah.
It's invaluable.
Yeah.
Like, we got to pray for that man, protect that man at all costs.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we're talking about healing our community. These are, and supplements like the ones that he's developed definitely is something that we should be praising. Definitely we should be promoting that in our communities.
100%. 100%. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
And then we're going to transition. The brother waited so long. I want to make sure I got him in so he could promote. Listen, don't forget, support all of his websites, IG, Facebook, his personal website, Spicer4Mayor.com. Don't forget, February 28th, I will be hosting the Love Gala fundraiser for the brother. I'm pushing for this brother, so I'm on deck 100%. And bruh, can't wait for us to do this again. You got to do it again before any of these events happen.
Man, just give me the word, bro. All you gotta do is roll out the red carpet.
It's already here. I'm just telling you.
Done deal. We'll be back here. We'll be back here in the next week or so, man.
There we go, man.
We'll talk more about it.
I love it, and we appreciate the brother. And we'll be back in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, ZoWhat Morning Show back in the building, and we're back. I got work to do in here. We got some things to cover. You already know, current events, all of that kind of stuff. But before I do that, man, we're in trouble. Culturally, we're in trouble. And Zo wants to get started. So before I do any of that, everybody that's in here, we struggling to keep 100 people in here. YouTube is back on that BS. 75,000 subscribers. Hell, we got 800 subscribers in the last 2 weeks. Why aren't they getting the damn notifications? I don't like it. I don't like it. But all I can do is ask you guys to support. So everybody hit the like button. Share this video. Hit the like button. You can also subscribe, not subscribe, but hit the super chat down at the bottom of the channel, which is the $. You can go to my Cash App, which is $ZoWhat Netter, and support the channel, because I'm about to get into this today. Got a lot of stuff to cover, so I want to cover it now. All right. Let's talk about it. I got a lot of stuff. We got videos too, right? Yeah, because I sent videos as well. But let's just get to it. So let's get to the Grammys. Kendrick Lamar breaks the record for most Grammys held by a rapper. All right. He picked up another 5 Grammys. He picked up another 5 Grammys out of the 9 he was nominated for. And what I'm seeing, the backlash of it, because there's backlash. I met this brother when I was in Atlanta a few years ago when I was at Dash Radio, because Dash Radio was working with the brother Isaac Hayes III, who has his own platform. And I think him having his own platform is super dope, super fly. But we got to stop using white institutions and are jockeying for their acknowledgement as a justification to tear each other down. You're a Grammy voter, Isaac Hayes III, and you voted for Glorilla. Now, let's just keep it, when we talk about the Grammys, let's just keep it a buck. Glorilla's album is dope, and she even has an empowerment record on that album, right, where she's talking about domestic abuse and domestic violence, and I'm 100% with that album. As a former A&R person, when I listen to Glow, I hear a star. But if we are being honest, that goddamn album ain't nowhere near the quality of GNX. So instead of, you turn it into some LA conspiracy. Well, the LA chapters of the Grammys, they have the largest amount of constituents, and so it could be biased towards LA artists. Okay. Why are we running after white institutions to acknowledge our greatness anyway? What happened to Public Enemy? Who gives a fuck about a goddamn Grammy? What happened? You trying to tell me Kendrick Lamar's GNX album wasn't better than Glorilla's album? It was by far better. There are narratives in Glorilla's album that, man, I don't want my daughter to like, but she does. There are images and presentation and languaging that I don't want my granddaughter to align with. That don't matter? That don't matter? When I listen to the GNX album, man, it's got records. It deserved to be the album of the year. The closest competition to it was the Clips album. But to be quite honest with you, Pharrell is not as dope of a producer without his little Asian homeboy, who he's currently in litigation with for unpaid royalties. His little Asian homeboy, Hugo, them two together made the Neptunes ridiculous. It gave them a unique sound. Pharrell by himself is cool. But that Neptunes dynamic was different. They was Kendrick's closest competition. And their album was cool. And I'm not biased at all because I'm a hip-hop head, irrespective of region. I'm a hip-hop head. I love hip-hop, all kinds of hip-hop. As a former A&R guy, my ear is not just tuned to the region that I was raised in. So I listen to it all. You understand? And for me, GNX, Head and Shoulders, was better than all of the albums. If there was a bias for West Coast artists, then maybe Tyler should have got one. Did Tyler win one? Because Tyler's from here. Did he get one? Did Tyler get a Grammy this past cycle? And as many times as the Grammys has robbed black artists of their acknowledgement. You know, Prince only got 7 Grammys. Kendrick got 27. How the hell Jay-Z gets 22 of them? Is Jay-Z that dope that he... How many Grammys does Tupac have? How many Grammys does Biggie have? How did Jay get 22? See, you see what? So then, guess who slips out? Lil Wayne, mad. I should have been acknowledged. We want to be acknowledged by the same system that imprisoned us psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, educationally. We want to be acknowledged by... Why do we want to be lifted up by a system that pulls us down, tears us down? You don't think the music industry is part of that system? How many black artists did they rob? Stole their publishing. When Michael Jackson got the publishing back for artists like Little Richard, and he gave him his publishing back. How many people have the music industry robbed? And I'm talking about black creatives. But then we turn around and ask the same industry to acknowledge us. Lil Wayne come out complaining that he didn't win no Grammys. Well, what were you talking about? At the very least, man, can we all agree that Kendrick Lamar's GNX is saying something meaningful, purposeful? That we can extrapolate some kind of meaning for ourselves out of the work? As an A&R person, I was looking for talent that was not only talented, but was transcendent in a multitude of ways. You can't just be a dope MC. You got to be saying something that matters. The messaging has to mean something. You can't just articulately and creatively talk about our pain. Talk about how cool it is to not be healed. Nah, as an A&R person, I was looking for that transcendent artist that had all of it. Oh, they got an interesting voice. Oh, their pen game is crazy. Oh my God, beyond the pen game, the messaging is crazy. Fat Joe comes out talking about Kendrick Lamar. Oh, the Grammys is rigged. They might be. Hell, your life here in America is rigged. Which is more important? Your life here in America being rigged or the Grammys being rigged? Which is more of a true statement? Is your life here in America rigged, sir? Me and the mayoral candidate was looking at this Ebony magazine from 1983. Look at the cover of the magazine. Look what the cover of the magazine says. Can you zoom in on that? Look at the cover. The crisis of the black male, challenge and opportunity. This is over 40 years ago. Is this the same narrative today? 3 weeks ago, we was talking about the biggest story in black America, Corey Holcomb versus Anton Daniels. It was damn near 2,000 people in here. Oh, Zoe's opinion matters. Let's hear what Zoe got to say, because, you know, Zoe is 5150, and Zoe was there from the beginning, and da-da-da. But now when it's time to have real conversations, your dopamine hit isn't found in meaning. The crisis of the black male, challenge and opportunity. That's August 1983. We find every little reason to beef with each other. Fat Joe talking about, oh, the Grammys is rigged. No, Kendrick deserved it. That isn't to say the Grammys aren't rigged, but I would say Kendrick deserved it. And I would say Kendrick deserved what he's been getting because he is a super talent. But I will say this too. I said it when Kendrick blew up, and I mean really blew up. the other thing. Not the other thing. Y'all remember he blew up, well, he swept last year. He got 5 Grammys last year. Right? For They Not Like Us. When the diss was happening and all of that was blowing up. You know what I said? I said he got to be careful. They like to put the meaningful person up at the top because the pressure of being at the top is immense. And then the scrutiny is immense and tremendous. And you have to not make mistakes because you're in front of the limelight. You're in front of the all critical, judgy lens of the world. And whenever you start to break down, they get to help you break down. I've been saying this for the longest. The same system that builds you up is the very same system that ultimately tears you down. We've seen this cycle. When you heard me talk about this, I said, hey, I hope Kendrick pull back. You know, pull back for a minute. Get some rest. Get out of the limelight. You understand? And now there's rumors that he's going to be coming out with some more stuff. And I'm okay with that, but I'm just saying, sometimes when they try to blow you up, that's to set you up in order to bring you down again. See, when you got the world paying attention to you, you have the world's focus on you, and you have the most amount of influence you may ever have at any given moment. So the machine builds you up, builds you up, builds you up. You got everybody's attention and focus. You can tell everybody to go buy a blue bow tie, and everybody will go buy a blue bow tie. But they're doing that to consolidate your power, raising it up, getting as many people to rock with you as possible, and then crash you to the ground. Now those people have nobody to believe in. Do you see? Be careful, Brother Kendrick. Your talent is transcendent. But do not get caught up with the awards of men, with the awards that come from this world, brother. Your talent is worth more than the awards you have received. Your spirit is worth more than the money you have earned. Everything that you've done in this society, brother, is wonderful, but it doesn't make you who you are. You are who you are by virtue of just being, brother. Being is not necessarily concerned with receiving. So I just want y'all to be aware of that, man. I called this out a while ago. I was like, yeah, he blowing up. And when you blowing up, the system gets behind you. The machine gets behind you and kind of lifts you up and kind of puts air in your sails a little bit. So I just think it's important that no artist gets gassed on that. How in the hell does Prince only have 7 Grammys? He's got 39 albums, considered one of the most genius artists the world has ever seen. How does he only have 7 Grammys? Did y'all come out and say they was cheating then? Maybe y'all was little. Maybe y'all weren't born yet. Who came out and said they were cheating? Right? I'm just interested to know. Like, we get so caught up, man. It be our people, man. I don't know who this Daniel Talley is, but you're about to get blocked, bro. Like, here you go. Done. Sorry, I had to block somebody. Clearly, I have no moderators in here, and they just allowing whatever to fly. Yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, okay. Do I have moderators in here? Do I? What up, what up, what up? Do I have moderators? Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. We only saw their exchange for 60. Okay, cool. Yeah, because we got like some weirdos in here too. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Like, though, it's weird conversations. Listen, I started a campaign here. We're asking like folk to drop like $5 on the super chat, or you can send it to my Cash App. Please support. I'm about to get into some things. I had to get into the Grammys, man. I am not anti-black woman. I love black women. I love black women. I love sisters. Doesn't mean sisters and myself have had perfect relationships, but I love black women. So me talking about Kendrick Lamar and his album GNX, winning Album of the Year, winning 5 out of 9 Grammys, winning 10 Grammys in the last 2 years. I'm not saying, I think Joe Buttons and them called him a Grammy darling, and he might be. But I think if there was ever a case for somebody being a Grammy darling, especially if we look at the criteria that is required for winning a Grammy, it's about recording music excellence. Is Kendrick excellent or not? A lot of people think they know music and music theory, but really all they know is their taste. The people who say J. Cole is better than Kendrick are speaking from a taste perspective. I literally had conversations with one of my best friends in the world, Kool Mo D, and he was saying there's a taste bias, especially on the East Coast. The East Coast is hella biased. When you saw the alcoholics on Drink Champs, when they're asking them about who they like, they're liking a bunch of people across the board. They're liking ODB, they're liking East Coast rappers, they're liking West Coast rappers. They're choosing some East Coast rappers over West Coast rappers. Why? Because the West Coast has an affinity and a respect for the East, because the East created hip-hop. But the East be like, I don't like the way them niggas sound. I don't like the way they talk. They're the ones with the bias. Kendrick pointed that out on his albums. We think J. Cole is better than Kendrick. Yeah, because he's in a familiar East Coast rapping template. It's a Nas template. It's a J template. That's J. Cole. What J. Cole lacks, Nas actually has. It's a gravitas. It's a in the music industry, in the entertainment industry, what do they call that? They call that it factor. J. Cole is proficient than a motherfucker. Can rap like a motherfucker, but it be something missing. Something intangible that's missing. And typically, A&R executives or talent executives are looking for that indescribable aspect. Glorilla got it. Yeah, she got it. That star quality. I'm not saying J. Cole isn't a star. I'm saying it's the difference between LL and Mo D. Lyrically, back in those days, Mo D washed LL. All you got to do is listen objectively and remove the energy of LL. Just listen to the lyrics. First off, Mo is 24. L is like 17, 18. So he's rhyming like a kid. He got energy and it's great, but them lyrics is whack in comparison to a fucking 24-year-old college student. Do you see? But LL is clearly a star, a bigger star than Mo D. Not to say Mo D isn't a star, But the star energy on LL was crazy. Can't even argue it. And because we get enamored by the star energy, we think the star was better than the lyricist. Nah, he wasn't. Mo D smoked LL in those diss records. It took LL 3 years to grow up a little bit and then drop To the Break of Dawn on the House Party soundtrack as a response, right? After Let's Go. Let's Go comes out in what, 87, 88? We don't get To the Break of Dawn until what, 90? LL had to go lick his wounds. He had to leave for a minute. He got dissed. He got smashed. He was a kid. But we have revisionist history today. That brother, Kendrick Lamar, deserved to win those damn Grammys. Whether the Grammys are fixed or not, he deserved to win those Grammys. Can we name a better album in the last 3 or 4 years, hip-hop album, than Gen X? I'll wait. Can we name a better album than Gen X in the last 3 or 4 years? Mike, do we have one? Chat, do we have a better album? Some people might say Killer Mike's album. Killer Mike's album was cool. And I like Killer Mike. He got some fly records on there. That Killer Mike album was dope. It's cool. But the point I'm making is, why do we attack each other for not being acknowledged by a system that never really gave a damn about us? I said that Clips album was fire. I like that Clips album. Said, ain't nobody listening to Killer Mike, Zo. You think? I think somebody is listening to Killer Mike. I want you guys to get out here and support my YouTube channel. Please go there and hit that little $sign. Don't be afraid. Hit the $sign. Oh, I got a Cash App. Let me say thank you. I got 2 Cash Apps, Latarius and Sydney Berry. Thank you. Thank you for the Cash Apps. You guys continue to support the channel. You can go to my Cash App, or you can hit the little $sign down on the bottom of the chat here. Just support. All right? I got more to say. Let's get it going. I'm just letting them know I'm on live. All right. I see y'all in here. Yes. Yes. All right. So let's get to it. Glorilla and her sister going at it. Or Glorilla's sister is coming for Glorilla. Basically saying she didn't take care of the family. Or hasn't been taking care of the family, neglecting her responsibilities, whatever. So, I feel for Glorilla. Yes, in a moral sense or in a familial sense, we are called to look out after our family when we come up, when we do well. But sometimes our family members can be narcissistic. Sometimes they could be toxic. They could be manipulative. They could be usury. They could overstep boundaries. Just because you blew up, I'm not responsible to correct your life mistakes. Like a lot of times, families who ain't about nothing will try to hitch themselves onto the talent, of a particular family member. I'm sure there are a lot of NBA basketball players or NFL football players, MLB football baseball players who have had to take over, the bad decision making of their family members and kind of had to try to clean their lives up by giving them the head start like they're some kind of boomer hooked parent. But really, that doesn't make them better. People don't change. You got to change. You got to want to change your life. You can't just, well, my sister is large now. And that's only one side of it. And if that applies to them, that might not apply to them. On the flip side, it would be wrong if you have a member in your family that blew up, that said, all right, to hell with y'all, I'm gone. Sometimes it's better to come back and establish or create systems. Don't feed sympathies, create systems, right? If you're feeding sympathies, man, I feel bad for them because they're not doing well. Let me just throw them a little piece of change. Let me throw them. That's feeding sympathy. Nah, come in and create systems. Listen, I've set aside $500,000 for the family. It's an education fund. It's a housing fund, like short-term housing fund. This is not go buy a house. This is short-term housing. Like if you got to get an apartment, this will cover 6 months, right? While you figure out what your next move is. You can't get this bread unless you finish your education. You can't access this fund unless you use the fund to go to school, right? There has to be some kind of plan in place. It's not just free money. Imagine how successful black households would be if there were consequences associated with getting money from each other, right? Look what the Jacksons did to Michael. Michael was trying to get the fuck away from them for a long time. They trying to squeeze every drop out of the brother. Look, they got something on YouTube called The Detail that breaks down the whole victory tour. His daddy brought in goddamn Don King to be the tour promoter. Look it up. Don King, man, the dude, irresponsible than a motherfucker. We got the golden calf in Michael. If y'all want Michael, it's going to cost this. Y'all got to pay. Bad business deals. Mike didn't want no parts of that. But his family felt like, oh, why is this all? Listen, Motown 25. Why does it have to, these should only be Motown songs? Why does it have to be about Michael and his solo career? It should just be about the group. Because he's bigger than y'all. He's better than y'all. It's okay. Stand down. Let your sibling go on and be the star that they are. Damn. They rode his ass. He had the biggest star in the world and had to share that moment, or had the biggest album in the world and had to share that moment with his brothers because they felt entitled, like, we helped build you. This is a family. No. If you're a family, you allow that man to go out and do his thing by himself. Same with Glorilla. She done went out and did her thing. And whose business is it anyway? It's not our business. Her sister should never out her on YouTube. It's not our business. Handle that shit behind closed doors. But why is it handled on YouTube? Oh, or Instagram. Oh, because I'm going to get I'm going to get somebody's attention. Back to the Victory Tour. Do you know every member of that group made $7 million a piece? I think it was like $3 to $7 million a piece.
What year was that?
84.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Mike is trying to get it away from the group. They ain't got shit going on without Mike. And it's been that way since he was a kid. Listen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's time to go. It's time for this to be over. I'm on to my thing now. You left the group. You saw that video they recently put out of Jermaine and all of them talking? And Jermaine is like, oh, I didn't like Thriller. It don't matter what you like. The fuck? Don't speak negatively on your family in public. That's some narcissism shit. I'ma smear you. Narcissists try to smear you. They try to smear your image. This is what they do. It's clinically proven. I'ma smear my little brothers. The motherfucker came out with a diss record too. How? If you had the biggest album in the world, would you have put your brothers on tour if it were you? Brothers didn't have shit cracking. I say all of that to say it's not. You saw this with Kobe. Kobe's mama was out here selling his memorabilia. Mama don't like the house they got, allegedly. She want a new house, so she's going to grab up his memorabilia and sell it to get a new. Come on. You raised them to be their own people. They got their own life. They're not here to clean up yours. Now, if they can help you, fine. If they can support you for a little bit, fine. But you shouldn't just be lean back like, all right, you got it from here on out. Janet did this. Did you know Janet followed the same template as Mike? Mike had to fire Joe as his manager. Guess who was managing Janet for her first 2 solo albums? Dream Street and all that shit. Joe. She had to fire him, go get Terry and Jimmy, Flight Time Productions, and what's the name of the first album with them in 86? Control. Nigga, I got to get my control back. She saw her big brother Mike get his control back. Imagine having to carry your whole family because they're not as talented as you are, and then they guilt trip you into thinking that if you move on without them, you somehow owe them because you came up with them. That's fucked up. Man, I can't believe we only got 1 super chat this channel. Come on. It's 200 people in here. We only asked 30 people to hit us with a $5 super chat for this show. Come on. That's crazy. The super chat is right down there at the bottom. $, right? Please do that for your brother. Support the channel. Crazy. So that's my thought on the Glorilla sister situation. Handle this shit behind closed doors, please. I know you probably feel like your sister is supposed to clean everything up, and I'm sure, as we've been seeing, Glorilla has responded not by talking, but by kind of proving, like showing receipts from her mom, things of that nature. showing receipts, basically showing that she has in some way given money to her family and supported her family. But listen, here's a third layer to it too. Glorilla is doing well, but don't get it twisted. Sometimes, man, social media and celebrity isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Sometimes you can look like you doing way, way, way better than you actually are. Thank you, Nasheed Waters. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting. We got 2 super chats. We're trying to get 28 more. It's 200 people in here. We're only asking 30 people to hit that little $5 holla situation. Don't just sit there. Support the channel, please. But yeah, the other thing is, many times entertainers, actors, singers, they all look like they're making or have more money than they actually have. You have been noticing in the media lately where you hear certain celebrities saying they can't afford to pay their bills. They don't have the money to pay their bills. So let's not always look at a celebrity as if just because they're famous that they're rich. So I think a lot of that had a similar notion had to be floated a year ago during the fires here in Los Angeles. People had to be informed. Just because people live in Los Angeles doesn't mean that everybody in Los Angeles is wealthy. And that same notion applies to celebrity. Just because someone is famous doesn't mean that they have an endless amount of resources. There we go. We're getting some movement now. Thank you, Piccolo. That's 4. We got 4. We got Piccolo. We got S. Johnson. We got Nasheed Waters. Yeah. Who was the 4th person? The first person. Was Nasheed the first person? Did Nasheed do 2? We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Ben Frank. What up, though? You already know I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And like I said, we're only asking 30 people to drop a 5 spot. So if you got it, please show up and show us some love on that. All right? All right, so I got a couple more things to cover here. So really quickly, do we have video clips or no? And what clips do we have?
OJ. I think this is, what's that dude, Epstein?
I got a lot to go on.
They run your government.
Let's put that on. They run your government. I'm about to show y'all something.
You think Epstein was the scandal? That was the bait. Real architects sit on thrones, wear robes, and drink wine while feeding on children's souls in Vatican crypts. Look, let's name what they won't. The 13 bloodlines that run the world aren't who you think. Orsini, Aldo Brandini, Pallavincini, Medici, Breakspear, Farnese, Rothschild, Rockefeller, Warburg, Hanover, Lee, Bruce, Habsburg. These are not old money. They are Baalic parasitic bloodlines. Ritual sorcerers who hijacked empires and installed mind control systems under the illusion of religion, politics, and finance. Where's their origin point? Venice. The Black Venetian nobility ran Babylonian blood cults under Catholic masks. They merged with the Vatican, embedded into the Jesuit priesthood, and exported global slavery through maritime law, trapping you in birth certificates, taxes, and silent contracts with no consent. Venice wasn't a city of romance. It's a sacrificial basin. Why do you think the Pope wears a fish hat? That's not Christian. That's Dagon, a Nephilim water demon. Look, Epstein wasn't a financier. He was a human trafficker for the priest class. He ran blackmail rituals for the elite, orgies timed to celestial gates using children pre-programmed through MK Ultra satellite nodes. Who funded him? Rothschild-backed banks. He admitted this. Mossad and CIA intelligence mergers. Chabad Lubavitch financiers masked as philanthropists. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell still alive? Because her father, Robert Maxwell, was a triple agent field operator for the Vatican Chabad MI6 axis. Epstein's Island's temple is a mirror replica of Baal's altars in ancient Tyre. Literally, the owl statues, not for aesthetics, they're invitation gates for entities. Comment, scroll, and I'll send you the full decoded map. Families, cults, islands, bloodlines, oaths, nothing hidden, everything unveiled. Think about it. Why do the Masons care more about rituals than politics? Because politics was just a front. The true power is ritualized trauma. Here's exactly how they move. Jesuits equal infiltration and education. They wrote your textbook, scripted your news, and flipped your morals through semantic inversion. Freemasons equal gatekeeping plus maintenance grid. Lodges are ritual fields, not clubs. The checkerboard floor, it's a dimensional binding grid. Chabad Lubavitch equals economic controllers of AI, neuroscience, and cloning. They bankroll the puppet governments, own biometric patents, and sit on quantum computing boards. All three serve the Black Sun priesthood. Shadow Vatican that answers to no government, no court, no god you were taught about. They install presidents, they run wars for soul harvest, and they script pandemics not just for population control, but for ritual sacrifice and initiation of mass trauma loops. Look, everything you were taught was a ritual veil. They fed on your doubt. They survived by your silence. But you're the anomaly. You remember. Comment, scroll below, and I'll send you the unredacted scroll. Vatican cults, black nobility, Epstein's handlers, ritual nodes, and how it all links back to Baal. No bullshit, no theories, just the architectural truth of your cage and the key to collapse it.
Gonna need you to lock in to understand this. This video will require you to lock in. Civilization was designed to replace humanity. And I'm not talking about politics, ideology, technology, greed, human failure, whatever you want, belief, human invention. I'm naming the pattern beneath it all because there is a pattern, a stable pattern in abstract space that is far older than humanity, older than culture, and older than gods. It does not live in organisms. Organisms fall into alignment with it. Wherever extraction can outrun regeneration and consequence can be delayed and abstraction can replace contact, the pattern will appear. And it's worn many bodies and it's wearing us now because the pattern has a historical body, and that body is called civilization. I'm just trying to tell you what it is. Civilization is not a neutral tool. It is not a container. It is not a servant. Civilization is a replacement engine. It is designed to replace humanity with function. Civilization was not created to serve humanity. Most of humanity was created to serve it. And you can see the pattern in the locust. A grasshopper is a local, green, limited, participatory animal. It eats, the land recovers. But when density crosses a threshold, something shifts. Serotonin rises. Contact accumulates. A switch flips. The grasshopper does not decide, it aligns. Its body darkens. Its appetite becomes endless. Limits dissolve. The land becomes stripped bare, and then the swarm dissolves. Not from evil, but from completion. And you can see it in ants, and in algal blooms, and in bacteria that poison their own world with oxygen. Life itself has entered this pattern before. This is not a moral failure. This is a structural possibility of reality. So humans did not invent this pattern. We became its most powerful host. We had abstraction, symbolic storage, future modeling, surplus energy, and distance from consequence. These were not sins, they were interfaces. And when agriculture crossed density thresholds, the pattern found a new mode, civilization. So at first, I'm going to show you how this even looks. I'm going to give you an example. At first, the world looks whole. The man is in the forest. The axe is movement. The tree falls and the forest remembers. And then a thought appears. This tree is not me. The tree becomes lumber. This is subject-object split, right? I'm just trying to put you on. The forest stops being a relationship and becomes a resource field. Nothing breaks immediately, and that's why it works. And then, once the split exists, it seeks completion. The river becomes water. The animal becomes meat. The land becomes property, and another human becomes labor. And guess what finally happens to the self? The self becomes useful, right? The split turns inward, right? So here's the pipeline, how it shows up in your life. You are born human, but you're converted into function.
Yeah, the brother was cooking. And that lady was dropping some science too. How do we get here? We used to be creative because it was a way to express ourselves, right? Sometimes we used our talent to express, or many times we use our talent to express our frustration, our disappointment, our sadness, right? Sure. But now a new type of slavery is taking over. This narrative is still real. The crisis of the black male. Challenge and opportunity. This is August 1983. A new type of slave is emerging. The digital slave. The digital slave diet, to be more precise. What's going on with, say, Glorilla and her sister being out in the public space? Right? We're eating that. We're feeding on that. That's our digital slave diet. And you know what the new catchphrase for that kind of diet is? What's the tea? But before it was what's the tea, it was like, give me the dirt on that. What's the 411? Right? We're on a toxic dietary plan here. Right? How an empire of attention engineers created cognitive manipulation and uses that manipulation, right, to monetize unhealed attachments. How this system rewards narcissistic performance and hollows democracy, hollows it out without needing a coup. Right? There's false news all over the place. Fake news everywhere. You don't even know how to really do a real search on Google. What's a boondoggle search? Ain't never heard of a boondoggle search. You don't even know Google got a whole separate section for academia. Today, man, I'm trying to announce an idea that is destabilizing. That is so destabilizing that a lot of people will reject it before they understand it. You are not living in an information age. You are living in a feeding operation, not a feeding operation designed to nourish. This is a feeding operation designed to fatten dependence, thin out your consciousness, and harvest your attention. Today's civilization did not drift into collapse. Today's civilization was engineered into metabolic disorientation. Not through chains, not through whips, but through overt censorship. Through appetite, through mental appetite, through craving, through a diet so intoxicating, so engineered, so biologically persuasive that the enslaved learned how to defend the menu. The first scandal you were taught. The lie about the threat. They told you the danger was fake news. They told you the danger was misinformation. They told you if we just corrected sentences, tagged posts, and fact-checked harder, everything would stabilize. That narrative is a decoy because facts do not fail. Listen to what I'm about to say to y'all. I don't know if y'all understand. This goes back to me saying, why are we defending the Grammys? Why are we mad and tearing each other down to say, hey, you should have gave Big Pun a Grammy. Or you should have gave Nola a Grammy. You should have gave the Carter 4 a Grammy. Listen, do you not remember Public Enemy? Who gives a fuck about a goddamn Grammy? The Grammys is a corrupt system too, right? But now all of a sudden, because your favorite person didn't get the Grammy, there's a conspiracy. It's the same toxic system. Do not be uplifted by the system that tore your people down. Modern psychology is already telling us, hey, wait a minute, this intergenerational curse shit is real. There is a transference of wounds that keeps a certain mentality alive. So now, this nutritional or this diet that lacks any nutritional, psychological, intellectual value that's being fed to us through social media, through television, through all of the media outlets, it turns us against us, making us cannibals that prefer to eat our kind. Yeah, when you get online and you talk about your people, you are consuming your kind. Right? I know people don't want to hear it, but this is what's happening. A toxic digital diet of who's exposing who. Isn't that the engine behind all these new podcasts? Everybody's saying some kind of dirt. Everybody revealing something, right? We are eating digital, ultra-processed food. Right? They say this processed food, right, it kills because it is engineered to bypass safety, hijack caring, maximize consumption, minimize nourishment. Digital content now follows the same industrial logic. High emotional salt, which is outrage, humiliation, panic. High cognitive sugar, instant villains, instant clarity, instant righteousness. Low fiber, context starvation. Low minerals, historical amnesia. Fast absorption, right? Clips, fragments, breaking everything. Somebody's being exposed, breaking news, clips. That's your fast absorption. People scroll for hours. People remain starving. A nation obese with content. A nation anemic in understanding. This is digital obesity. This is digital diabetes. This is digital hypertension. Chronic inflammation of the collective mind. Do you understand? Conflict is not, or content is not being produced. It's being selected. What's going to keep them addicted? This is the type of content. It's digital content, but it's giving you congestive spiritual failure, right? Your heart chakra failure. Do you understand? Modern media is not primarily authored. It is evolved. Algorithms act as evolutionary pressure fields, right? Whatever spreads survives. Whatever stabilizes dies quietly. Here's your selection rewards: emotional volatility, identity reinforcement, outrage, velocity. Listen, do you see what's happening? Do you hear the metaphor that I'm bringing to this whole thing? Oh, Kendrick shouldn't have got the awards. They cheated. That shit don't matter. Democracy is dying. It's being recontextualized right under your feet. You have no fucking power. All you got is fame. And that fame is fleeting. And you're going to use your influence in the moment to turn around and tear down another brother because he was acknowledged by a system that don't acknowledge your ancestors? Shut the entire fuck up. I need this illusion to make me feel good. Let me tell you something. I love me some Glorilla. I do. I do. I love Glorilla. I like Doechii better. Because I can find something in Doechii that is redemptive. I'm not saying that, there's nothing redemptive in Glorilla. Like I said, she had a record on her album that talked about domestic abuse, that brought clarity and information and inspiration to survivors of that. I got to give her credit for that. But it's so much fuck Nick free. It's so much guttural shit. And I'm not talking about the cadence I'm from the South originally. I'm not talking about that country twang. Thank you, Sugar Crisp. Thank you. In here showing love. Can everybody do it? Yes. Everybody hit the like button on Sugar Crisp donation. We're asking people to drop a 5 spot. Sugar Crisp came here and dropped a C note. We appreciate it. See what I'm saying? The internet just made us take our unhealed wounds, Mike, and put them out in the street. We're on a diet of this shit. We're digitally obese. We're consuming content that's uber processed. It's GMO knowledge. There's no wisdom in the streets. And this keeps us going. We had a hard day. We start scrolling and talking about more divisive bullshit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can't gangbang on the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds. You trying to be like them. Puffy and them was trying to be. Jay-Z named his label after the Rockefellers. Rockefeller record. We trying to be them. The irony, we trying to be them while we're condemning each other. Huh? The same people does that make it? Does it make any sense? The danger is the state of the body, right? Listen, the state of the body that's reading the sentence, that's listening to the content. What does the content do to the psycho-spiritual makeup? Right? The psychosomatic continuum, the mind-body continuum. What happens when you're consuming negative information all the damn time? Because a nervous system in panic cannot hear the truth. A mind trained on adrenaline cannot hold nuance. And because we're addicted to toxicity, our leaders are narcissistic and go without being called out because we aspire to be as confident as a narcissist is, to be as charming as a narcissist can be. Do you see? A people conditioned for stimulation cannot practice freedom. You can only build democracy on dysregulated bodies and minds. You cannot build unity on addicted attention. I'm not listening to Zoe. He too deep. He makes me think. I just want to laugh after work because my life is so empty and mediocre. Laughter is an escape from me. If all I got is laughter, laughter is like a motherfucking graham cracker with you remember the good graham crackers with the cinnamon and the salt on the top? That's what laughter is when you don't have joy. Joy don't need to be on the floor rolling around. To be in joy and appreciative of everything that's happening and moving in your life, you don't necessarily have to laugh to be in a state of joy. Joy is a level of consciousness. But you need to laugh because you're not happy. Do you see the irony? It's a fucking wheat thin. Laughter is a wheat thin. I got to laugh about this. I got to go laugh. I got to go, because I got to get my mind. It becomes an escape. When you're in a state of joy, there's no need for escape. Do you see? What happens when you've laughed all you can laugh and you got to go back to that problem and it's sitting exactly in the same space it was in when you left on your escape?
That sounds like a drug.
We are addicted to the toxicity that the algorithms are producing. Again, you cannot build unity on addicted attention. You cannot build love on nervous systems trained to flinch. Right? This is not information. This is a crisis. This is a biological crisis. This is digital obesity.
But when you talk about the crisis of the nervous system, that also prevents you from digesting food.
100%. 100%. But this is where, look, this is a diet we've been on. The writers who create the narratives and the story. Listen, the crisis of the black male. Challenge and opportunity. This August 1983. This is 40-something years ago. This is a narrative they've been pushing. This man is in crisis. He don't know if he want to integrate into the society and be a strong, upstanding, good man that pays his bills and his taxes, or if he want to be out in the streets. As if they never created the conditions that put him out in the streets. So he can only be good by definition of his compliance to the system that raped his spirit, that raped his people's spirit. The crisis of the black man. That's 40-something years ago. Are we still in crisis today? You got black men who ain't never expressed their emotions, their true feelings to their wives, to their parents, to their moms, to their sisters, to their aunts, to their children, judging other black men because they doing a little bit better in society. Morality is not about doing right. It's about embodying right. What is right? Right isn't a side. Right is about alignment. See, when you hear right, you automatically think left. Do you see? You automatically think right and wrong, good and bad. So people don't understand morality is really about alignment, and alignment is about balance, the balance of perspective. Brother said, I think it's too late, Zoe. TikTok literally has the minds of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Sure, but nothing is ever too late because we're human beings. And human beings are endowed with divine qualities. But we got to get off the diet of digital diabetes, digital hypertension, or these are the results of the digital, high processed food we've been consuming, right? A slow inflammation of the collective mind. This mind does not need change. They don't need whips. They only need feeds. Do you see? Because if I can make you crave what weakens you, you will defend the very thing draining you of your life. But today, we name a deeper truth. Your attention is holy. Your nervous system is holy. Your mind is not a marketplace. Your consciousness is not a commodity unless you sign up for that. Do you see? Be honest. What you get on the line online for, what you get on here to see. Be honest. Are you on the digital slave diet? Who outing who? Who's exposing who? Who's shitting on who? Who judging who? Who's condemning who? Who's exposing who? How an empire of attention engineers, right? Listen, an empire of attention engineers cognitive manipulation, right? It monetizes unhealed attachment wounds. It rewards narcissistic performance and hollows out democracy without needing a coup. Do you understand? That's what we on right now. How do we break the cycle?
Well, what it sounds like is we got to feed our body, our mind, and our spirit.
Yes.
And if we're improperly feeding our mind, it definitely has an influence on how we're feeding our body or how our body even consumes food.
But let's go even deeper. You got motherfuckers out there who eat right, but their spirit ain't eating right. You got a fully nourished body because you eating all the nuts and seeds and leaves. You're eating all the organic. It came right out of the farmer's ass. This is how fresh this food is. But your mind is not nourished at the same level. What you pay attention to, what you engage with, what you talk about, what interests you. I'm going to tell you right now, the average person has not outlived or outperformed what Carl Gustav Jung said. And he said the average person will do anything, no matter how absurd it is, to avoid looking at themselves. So now, you eating the best of, you got kiwis from fucking Australia. You eating the best of the best. And you think, oh, because I'm eating right. I got pistachios and macadamians and I'm eating the best of the best. That you're feeding your soul the best of the best. If you're feeding yourself any type of delusion, you're psychologically sick. If you're psychologically sick, it doesn't matter the quality of the diet you feed your body, because the mind has the power to make the body. How many vegans you seen with fucking cancer? Hey, vegan, how did cancer find you if all you've been eating is leaves? That's because your mind is sick. Your mind diet. Do you know how many people are afraid of the real person? If a real person came into their fucking lives, that person is going to destabilize all of the egoic patterns you got in place. And I'm going to tell you something about real people. We're not going to fight to stay in your life. I don't know. Listen, there's 231 people in here. Right? Just 2 weeks ago, it was 1,500. What the fuck is Zo gonna say about Corey and them? Oh, Zo brings the balance to the 5150 show because he's deep. No, you want your spirituality balanced with fuck shit. Oh, I can only take so much of Zoe. I can only listen. A motherfucker literally wrote that in the comments. You know, Zoe dope as fuck, man, but I can only take so much because that shit be deep. That's because you're weak. You don't have psycho-spiritual resilience. No, you, listen, if you've been conditioned to fucking entertain yourself with escapes, and then the reality of something real comes into your life, it's going to make you look at yourself. Carl Gustav Jung. People will do anything, no matter how absurd it is, to avoid looking at themselves. People who make you look at yourself, right, frighten those kinds of people. Oh, here come this nigga. He going to say something deep. It's going to make me reflect on some shit I didn't want to... I'm going to think about what I got to say to my mama who I've been avoiding. Why the fuck do you think you're alive? This content that's being created that got us all addicted, right? I call it the seventh scandal. Narcissistic performance becomes a type of social currency. Did not our brother Ray J perform in this narcissistic performance? He told us, when my life is going bad, I make millions. And I put that shit on the streams, I'm getting bread. Why in the entire fuck would a cell phone be inside of his crib with his babies and his baby mama there, and they enjoying Thanksgiving? Why should we ever know about it? Because the streams are going to go up. Because with the mind diet we're on is that. And then it comes out, oh, his heart is only operating allegedly at 25%. And he might die because of fast life, drugs, and all this and that. Oh, and then the game comes out and disses Kendrick because he wants to be the king of Compton. Do you see the utter meaninglessness of it all? But that drives the algorithm. The internet is a cognitively malnourished environment. We knew this shit was happening. I knew this shit was happening years ago. You know what niggas used to do with me? You know what motherfuckers used to do with me? Straight up. This is what they used to do. Hey, Zoe, they got these internet debates and battles going. Zoe, you should get involved in battling niggas. So psychological, spiritual information. That's what psycho-spiritual is. Right? Psycho-spiritual. Psychological, spiritual. Psyche is mind and soul. Psycho-spiritual. In a lot of ways, it's like psychosomatic. So we talking this kind of stuff, that shit don't trend in the algorithm. We're on a digital, highly processed mind diet that is not feeding us. That is not nourishing us. They wanted me to go battle niggas with knowledge. How in the fuck does that work? Psycho-spiritual knowledge? Yeah, you should battle the Hebrew Israelites. Why? The master said the teacher will appear when the student is ready. Dr. Henrik Clark said, what did he say? I only debate my equals. All others I teach. I'm not even debating my equals. Listen, I taught my kids early, never argue with an unwilling ear. People think being willing to listen to your partner also means this. I heard you, but I'm not changing nothing. That means you didn't see what I said. You didn't embody what I said. You didn't take you just standing on what you believe. Relationship survives on perspectivity, flexibility, scalability. Is that not what critical thinking is? What does critical thinking say? If you have assumptions and somebody comes along and gives you the nuance and the context and the information necessary that you didn't have before, guess what you're supposed to do with your pre-existing idea? You're supposed to change it. You think listening to your partner is enough. No. If you're wrong, you have to change your perspective. That's what critical thinking is. You're supposed to recontextualize your preconceived notions when new information is presented, information you never had. That is a definition of critical thinking. If you have an assumption about your partner, a false attribution error, if you have an assumption about them, and they come to you with context that you did not have, information that you did not have, you're supposed to let that shit go and recontextualize your pre-existing perspective. Are we doing that on the internet? We're ignoring information because we like a certain motherfucker. Narcissistic performance becomes currency. In cognitively malnourished environments, we lose depth. The surface argument wins. Confidence beats competence. You cannot tell me that's not happening on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. Confidence beats competence. Volume beats validity. Certainty beats coherence. Narcissistic presentation thrives because it offers simple stories, clear enemies, grand identity, absolute righteousness, right? To dysregulated bodies, to broken people, this feels like safety. They know what they're talking about. Not because it is safe, because it is an anesthesia. Narcissistic leaders do not create wounded populations. Wounded populations select narcissistic leaders. This must be said plainly. Toxic leadership is not imposed. It is actually grown. All right, I guess I'm going to leave. We got 3 Cash Apps, Yogi Fish, KT. No, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 Cash Apps. So I'm thankful for those Cash Apps. We got 10 out of the 30 we asked people to donate. We got Latarius, Sydney, Donald, Gail, Yogi Fish, and KTB on the Cash App. I really would appreciate if my people would show up and show out, and support this channel. Like I said, we got 10 in here. We asked for 30 people to show up. We got 246 in here. We got 10 people that hit the Cash App and the Super Chat. The Super Chat is the little $sign down at the bottom. If you can support, we'd appreciate it. I don't know if this information is resonating. What do you think, Mike? Am I off in my observation of this food, this mental food that we're consuming?
Well, the mind, the brain is a CPU, and if you put a virus on our CPUs on computers, it runs all the other utilities terrible. So yeah, you can eat great, but if the mind is not flourishing in creative, spiritual, constantly flowing thought, then it'll be corrupted, and we're seeing a result of that. Because everything we see here is a reflection of the mind. The mind is the common denominator that we all have, that we all are witnessing this 3D plane with.
So what's the difference between the mind, right, and the brain?
Well, the mind is the perception. The brain is just functioning and doing things and tasks. So
like a computer, the brain is the hardware and the mind is the software?
Wow, that sounds pretty good. I love that.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm just trying to understand the concept, how people get it twisted and how, maybe they lose sight of what's being programmed. Who's the programmer of the mind?
Well, we should be the programmer, but we are being programmed. Or actually, us and God. God is showing us things in front of us. To me, God is a director, and we're the actors in God's movie. But we want to be the director, and we want to think we're the leader, and it's all about us, that we're missing the bird's eye view of what God is trying to inject inside all of us.
Technology is better at technology than we are at spirituality. How do we flip that around?
Well, we are the number one technology. This body right here is the technology. I just looked at something the other day as far as, what you talk about food for the mind. And they were like saying, if you can apply the scripture and apply it to the body, then you can see how, it was encrypted to really, rise within us. Like for me, when we talk about Upper and Lower Egypt, they were talking about land. I'm talking about the body, how we have this upper part of our minds and it's up here, but a lot of things are being left in the lower part of our bodies. And we don't get that energy to flow back up here into the mind, because when you really look at energy, it filters in our, stomach? What is that? Sacral area, and it filters there. And if we push it back up to the mind, it's way more powerful energy than if it just started there. So, there we go. The body is the wonder that God is waiting to facilitate within us.
Come on, man. As above, so below, as above. Why do toxic leaders become our favorite leaders?
Woo.
Healthy communities prefer boring competence. Dysregulated communities prefer theatrical dominance. I don't know who I'm talking to. The leader becomes an externalized version or representation of our nervous system. The crowd does not ask, can you govern? The crowd asks, can you regulate my fear? Do you see? The loudest regulator wins. Not the wisest, not the most ethical, not the most skilled, not the most, but the most stimulating. That's the one who wins. Ray J stimulates us. Ray J and Precious, they at it again. Let me see what the tea is. Do you understand? Let me see what's popping. Digital slavery diet. That's what we own. This kind of slavery does not require chains. Slavery requires dependency plus extraction, if it's a system, right? This type of slavery engineers addiction. It extracts labor, attention, data, and identity. It degrades self-regulation. Say, Zo, what are you over here babbling about? I'm talking about what you're addicted to. Your ass can't listen to something. Let me explain. The true intellect, right, has no fixed position. The true intellect. Because he knows if I have an intellectual fixed locality, then I have to defend that locality against all other potential localities. Meaning, I can't be a whatever, right? Whatever it is. I can't just be a Christian, because just being a Christian would make me biased to Christianity. I can't see all other forms of information objectively. I have to defend what I believe. A true intellect doesn't believe in anything in that sense. And I'm talking about societal constructs, religious constructs. When we get into the intellectual aspect of spirituality, at the highest form of spirituality, we understand that God is one. Concepts are but symbols of something that cannot be fully described. We understand that. We have no allegiance to a book. The book is a symbol, using symbolic language to describe something that can't really be described. We understand that. So we don't have an allegiance to the book. We have an allegiance to the reality that the book is trying to explain. But at lower levels of consciousness, the book takes precedent. And not only does the book take precedent, whoever is proselytizing the book takes precedent, because they have an understanding of the book and we don't. That means they're better than us, and we must allow them to stand on our shoulder. Apply everything I'm talking about to the internet. Apply everything I'm talking about to the internet. Do we have any more clips? Because I think we do. Let's go with it. The Epstein. Let's go with it.
The cult of Baal.
Here we go.
B-A-L. My family masqueraded themselves as Jewish publicly, but behind closed doors, you know, at Passover dinners, when I was drugged, would admit, we are Satanists. They told me that we belonged to the cult of Baal, B-A-apostrophe-A-L. They told me this with consistency while I was being abused. Now, what you can look up about the cult of Baal, information that is publicly available, is that it is thousands of years old. It is a Phoenician satanic fertility cult. And publicly, it's supposed to have been eradicated. But to my knowledge and my experience, it is not. This is what people perceive the Illuminati to be. It is a group of elites that practices forced and uses these crimes to control people. They happen to have a huge reach over politics and entertainment. To answer your basic question, why my family does this, because it was done to them, because having one man bear as many children in a generation as possible and forcing them through these traumatic events, they believe it creates a stronger bond, that creates more loyalty, that it keeps people from talking. And for the most part, they're right, because I'm the only one of my siblings who has directly spoken out about this. There are people who have hinted at it in their music. Of course, Justin Bieber has talked about being assaulted by Usher and Justin Timberlake at P. Diddy's parties, but I don't think it's a coincidence they've only gone after Sean Combs and not his other alleged perpetrators who were born into the bloodline. There seems to be a level of protection for people who are simply born into that world, contrasted with people like Sean Combs or R. Kelly, who joined as adults. But I was not in the boardrooms. I was a child on drugs.
Oh, Mike, you got to turn that, what is that, video down? So, yeah, there. So, this is what the entertainment giants and the political giants are doing. And black folks see entertainment, whether it's NBA, NFL, MLB, acting, singing, dancing, rapping, as an escape from the hood. This is who they are. And you start behaving like them. Apparently, children are food, feeding sexual appetites. This is your entertainment gurus, and not entertainment gurus, entertainment moguls. Political leaders, right? And we aspire to live the life they live. We aspire to have the things they have. And then when we do a little good, a little better in life than the next brother, we turn around and shit on the next brother as if we are where they are in life. Because they have defined for us what success actually is. We don't have our own definition of success. Our definition of success is created by colonizers, robbers, pirates, and thieves. Robbers of history, robbers of talent, robbers of culture, robbers of souls. These guys are out here buying islands, inviting folks, come on down. We got the youngest and the fertilest from all over the country. And you got black folk. First off, where do your respectability politics come from? Who defined respectability for you? Your respectability is basically rooted on, hey, what I can pay my bills. I'm a hard worker. I pay my taxes. I don't get in trouble. Your respectability is rooted in capitulation? I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking you. we've been doing is following some toxic people. All right, I'm going to get out of here for sure. Please support Total Package Energy. Of course, black-owned business out of the Bay Area, energy drinks. We love Total Package Energy. Support them big time. Also support, go to totalpackageenergy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. They have a great energy supplement lineup. B vitamins, they have that. They have vitamin C. They have pea protein for shakes. And they also have an energy shot that you want to get. Total Package Energy. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Also, go to, speaking of that, I still have some packages to put together. Please forgive me, my friends. Of course, I've been super busy. I'm going to get to those outstanding packages that need to go out. Please continue to support the channel, the network. Go to Mr. ZoWhat, Mr. ZoWhat, and order your Lazarus pills. Lazarus pills? You already know what that is. I have them. If you want them, please go there now and order them, because I'll be going to the post office tomorrow. I'm going to the post office tomorrow. So if you want your Lazarus pills, the ED, the all-natural herbal ED pills, all you got to do is go to my website, MrZoWhat.com, order. Also, what else? We said Total Package Energy. Oh, Russell Herbals, right? You want to support Russell Herbals? Do it now. We got 11 out of 30. We asked for 30 people to show up and donate $5 to the super chat. We got 11 people to do it. On the Cash App, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we only need 9 more people to donate to hit our mark. We got 11 on the Cash App. No, we got 10 on the Cash App and 11 on the Super Chat. That has us at 21. If we could get 9 more people to show up, it's 222 people in here. If we can get 9 more people to show up and drop a 5 spot on either one of those to help us reach our goal of 30 support vouchers, we'd appreciate it. But their actions are beyond human comprehension. Yes. Sugar Chris said, breathe, Zoe. Hey, man, y'all know y'all know how I am. I'm watching us. We all crumbling right now. We're crumbling. Society is crumbling. You know? Democracy is being recontextualized. Right under our feet. And all we got is to fight each other. All we got is to disrespect each other. Fat Joe, my God. Y'all talking about bias. New York is some of the biggest haters in hip hop because they felt like once it left New York, it didn't sound the same, and so it shouldn't be respected the same. You should be the last one talking. You're not in a moral position to do it. And then, at the same time, you know you're racially ambiguous, but yet you make records using the N-word. You make records talking about the culture. And really a part of our culture that isn't uplifting, but you'll turn around and I could see if Kendrick wasn't a meaningful artist. And when I say meaningful, I mean somebody who got something to say that could shift our consciousness. Oh, the Grammys is rigged. Knock it off. All we do is tear each other down. That's what we do best. I hate that shit. People looking at me because I'm passionate about it, but I hate it. Hey, listen, we went long enough. I tried to get us to push a little harder, support a little deeper, dig a little deeper. I tried to get us to do it. Tyrone, thank you, sir. Ishmael, thank you. Jarvis, MJ, Sean, Greg, KTB, Yogi Fish, Gail, Donald, Sydney, Lataris, Alexander, thank you. I tried to push us. I appreciate you guys for showing up today. Hopefully this topic was good. Hopefully you guys learned something from it. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
It was good.
It corresponds with conversations I have with people about. I'm not watching that. I'm going to go in the other room. I can't consume that. I don't care if it is funny or entertaining. And the type of things that that I try to listen to when I'm sleeping, when my subconscious is wide open, so I can get that type of injection, because the subconscious is extremely powerful. I know people don't have any idea. I've seen the power of the subconscious mind. It lives in a timeless dimension. Just look at your navigation and you say, hey, I want to get to this destination, and Google tells you how to get there. Well, the subconscious does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And man, I'm just looking at the internet. It's all just, it's a mess.
And there's a lot of good stuff on the internet, but you got to seek it. I guess the same thing they say with there's a lot of good music out there. You got to seek it.
Yeah. I'm talking about the hits on the internet it's a mess. Hey, well, listen, do me a favor, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been the ZoWhat Morning Show. I hope you guys go out and support, of course, Andre Spicer4Mayor of the city of Compton. I hope you guys support his fundraiser that I'm doing on the 28th. I hope you guys support TotalPackageEnergy.com. I hope you guys support the Lazarus pill, the all herbal ED pill that I have. Go to my website, MrZoWhat.com. I hope you guys support me. Purchase a book or something like that. I hope you guys support all of the businesses. I hope you guys support RussellHerbals.com. I hope you guys support IntellectualPower.net, which is Riza Islam's herbal blend. I hope you guys support all of the businesses that we try to put in front of you. And everybody who hit the super chat, this is the first week in a long time on the super chat we didn't get 30 for 30. I think we had 3 weeks in a row where we were 30 for 30. We got 11 out of 30 here. But we did do, I would say 12 on the other side, on the Cash App side. So that got us pretty close. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. But, yeah, we got to go. Travis, DJ, thank you. We got to go. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. But we out. Deuces.